Walker into the paint, kick out, a three to tie, is good! The rookie Primo has tied it at 113.
Oh, yeah.
A three to tie, is good! The rookie Primo. A three to tie, is good! The rookie Primo.
Yo, it's your boy Dctree, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking hoops, we're talking about San Antonio Spurs, and we are talking Josh Primo, man. Josh Primo has gotten some burn the last week or so because of the whole, protocols, health protocols for the NBA. And he was getting in the flow of things. He had some big shots. He had some big moments. He had some experience. But now that people are filtering back, Vassell has come back. Keldon has come back. Lonnie is taking on a starting role. More people come back, the less Primo plays. And I don't know if he's going to be able to grow like this. Someone is going to have to take a back seat. And Derek White hasn't even came back yet, or Trey Jones. And we're still struggling to find minutes for this guy. So what's going to happen when these guys get back? Where will Primo fit in? I did a video like this a couple months ago. Where are the minutes going to come from? And here we are 2-3 months later, and I'm still saying where the minutes going to come from. But let's take another look at it. Let's take an updated look at this. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that bell for more videos. Thank you so much for the continued support. Okay, like I was saying, Primo has been getting extra time because of the protocols, and he's been doing solid. He's been making some mistakes, though. He did have some turnovers, did look a little out of sync against the Cleveland Cavaliers for whatever reason. But that's what you want your rookie to do. You want him to experience that. You want him to get better from his mistakes. So he's not necessarily going to get that high speed action all the time in Austin. Now, sometimes he's going to get that, but not all the time, okay? So we got to get him out there more often so he doesn't make those little ticky-tack mistakes. But then the question comes, like, whose minutes does he take? Who do we cut? And, I honestly think, as bad as this sounds, it's probably going to be Lonnie Walker at some point. I mean, maybe at the end of the year. I know he's a free agent. So, I don't see, we got to get rid of somebody. If we want Primo to grow, someone has to go, or someone has to be benched. I mean, like, for good, like on some Thaddeus Young type job, because our rotation is too crowded at the guard position. It's way too crowded. So it's either going to be Lonnie or probably Forbes. But lately, Forbes has been at least showing some life. I mean, defensively, he still is struggling. But, I don't know. It may not happen this year, especially with how Pop, plays rookies or whatnot. But, long term, I just don't see us keeping, well, not even long term, like short term. Like, what are we going to do next year, man? If we want Primo to, fulfill his destiny at the San Antonio Spurs, we're going to have to get rid of somebody. We're going to have to hurt some feelings. We're going to have to bench some people, man. We're going to have to get cutthroat.
If he does, he does.
Because we are just too crowded at the wing positions on this team. We are hella crowded. And then with crowded rotations comes indecision. Sometimes people minutes aren't as consistent as they should be. Sometimes players sit a little longer than they should. Like, they sat Murray for like half the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Against Cleveland. I'm like, jeez, way to keep it close, man. Like, so I think we have too many options. And when you have too many options, that can be a problem too. It could be almost as bad as having no options, because you're not being consistent, or you're not allowing players to catch a rhythm. And I'm talking about, mainly Forbes and Lonnie Walker, but in theory, D White, he's in that vicinity too, but I just don't see them cutting his minutes. He just means too much to this squad on the defensive end, too much to the squad, to handle the ball in tough situations when Murray isn't in the game, when Murray is being a little, extra in the game, turning the ball over. You can give the ball to Derek White, calm him down a little bit, You know, I just don't see him getting his minutes cut for a rookie, even with someone as much potential as Primo. So I don't think we're going that route. At least we shouldn't go that route. If there's anybody getting their minutes cut, probably should be Lonnie, probably should be Forbes. Another person that could see their minutes cut could be Tre Jones. I mean, Tre Jones, he has been giving the Spurs solid minutes. He's been averaging around 12 minutes per game, which isn't a lot to begin with. And he's been affected by the crowded rotation as well. Like, what is his role on the team? Is he a pass first point guard? Does he have a future as a backup? You know, what are we going to do, you know, with all these players? You know, sometimes they're playing Primo at the point in the G League. Sometimes they're playing Primo at the point, you know, recently with the Spurs. So are we grooming him to be a point guard? Is he going to be a backup until, you know, he overthrows Murray or something like that? Or are we going to play him at the 2? You know, we even put him at the 3 sometimes. So what are we going to do, man? We have a crowded little section of rotation, a wing rotation players. So we got to do something. So against the Cavaliers, Primo played like 10 minutes, and he made several mistakes in that game, like I said before. But I don't think you can catch a rhythm in 10 minutes. I don't think you can catch a rhythm without consistent play, without consistency. We had the same problem with Devin Vassell last year. He was inconsistent because his minutes were inconsistent. How can Primo learn? How can he take it to the next level? How can you get comfortable, build his confidence if his minutes are fluctuating? You know, we had the same issue with Lonnie Walker the year before. Now, obviously, Lonnie Walker hasn't lived up to expectation, but he's been a lot better than he was because it was based off minutes. So I really don't know what to say about, you know, this situation and how is it going to change. You know, are they going to let Lonnie Walker walk in the off season? Are they going to, you know, trade Bryn Forbes? Are they going to cut his minutes? You know, because I don't see White getting his minutes cut. It's obvious that we need his leadership on the floor. He has been sorely missed these last few games. Overall, defensively, and, you know, doing the intangibles, the blocks, the charges, you know, the timely shots, he's severely missed. So he's not getting his minutes cut. I guess you can go with Tre Jones, but he only has 12 minutes to offer anyway. And he seems to be a little bit more responsible with the basketball than Primo at this time. So the Spurs have a lot to think about. They have a lot to think about, man. And, you know, I just don't see this guy getting better, Primo getting better, without, you know, falling on his face a couple times in the real league. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this situation. I mean, obviously, Primo has talent. Obviously, he's the future. But does it matter if he's not really playing like that? You know, that could change, you know, next year, as soon as next year. But, man, you still have to cut the fat, so to speak. You still have to cut a lot of people's minutes to kind of make room for him to grow. Let me know what you think about this, guys. And I'm sorry if this video seems a little repetitive. I kind of feel like it's a little repetitive, just a tad. But this issue is just lingering. It's a lingering issue. That's why I have several videos about this Primo thing. And even when we drafted Primo, I was like, yo, where are the minutes going to come from? And we still having this issue. So let me know what you think about that, guys. Check out the other videos on the channel. And thank you for kicking it with me. And I will catch you in the comments. Peace.